Hey, what's up? Good morning, YouTube. I have the day off, and going over to a good friend of mine's who has been a Ford mechanic for 30 some years, and I've got the Coyote second gen 5.0 in my truck. It's a great motor, love it, and I'm taking it over to his place to go through it, change the coil packs and spark plugs, and make sure she's running smooth. She's running smooth, but it's like an ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. So I'm just going to make sure that my Ford is running top notch, and there's just one guy that I really trust to do it. He's a Christian guy, and my family's known him for a long time, and he's worked on many of our vehicles, many of my kids' vehicles, and he's just a down-to-earth guy. He does prison ministry. He's just a fantastic person. I have a ton of respect for him, and he doesn't gouge you, when it comes to working on something. He's got to make a profit because he runs a shop, but he doesn't overinflate parts. Some shops will, they'll add 15%, in some cases 100% to the part they're replacing on your truck or your car. And they have a high overhead. You look at these big shops, they have high overheads. Fancy this, fancy that, bunch of guys standing around picking their nose. 10, 15 bays. So they have a lot of overhead. They got to pay their people. And there's liability insurance and so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. I prefer the small shops. The one or two guys that are working their tails off, and they want to do good work because they want your business. They're not worried about being so doggone big that who cares if you don't come back, somebody else will be in. I can't stand places like that. I can't stand places like that run a business that way. Your customers should be your number one priority, and because that's your bread and butter. And if you don't understand that in business, you shouldn't be in business. And there are a lot of shysters, man, a lot of criminals out there, in my opinion. Just rip people off and take advantage of the ignorant, and it's just terrible. There's so many tools that you could buy now to plug in to your OBD port and figure out what's wrong with your vehicle, or at least you can at least do some research on it. And then when you take it into the shop and say, this is what's wrong with that. I scanned it. This is what came up. And so if they're trying to sell you some BS, you're going to catch on to it rather quickly. And so try to educate yourself, because these newer vehicles, they're pretty high tech, and you could be easily misled. There is a YouTube channel that I love to watch, and I'll try to include it in the description. The guy's really good. I like him. It's him and another guy. His wife runs the office, and I give an example. There's a guy that brought in a Chevy, and I think he had taken it to one or two different Chevy dealerships, and they were telling him, oh, you need a whole new wiring harness, blah, 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 yada, 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 and just really dicking this guy around. Well, he brings it to this particular gentleman. The link I will include in the description. And he gets to looking at it. He hooked it up. He's seeing all these codes. He's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And so a little investigation, guess what he found? There's a ground strap underneath the truck that literally, when he grabbed a hold of it, it just crumbled. And that was the whole issue. So rather than buying a General Motors or Chevy, similar grounding strap, he made a beefier unit that's going to hold up to the salt and grime of, I believe it was New York. And guess what? He hooked that up, man. and all the problems went away. The truck ran fine, cleared all the codes, nothing came back. He test drove it. I mean, saved that guy thousands of dollars, because I think, what was the one quote? I might be wrong. You have to watch the video, but it was over $3,000, to replace the wiring harness up there. It may have been more, but I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, just watch yourself. If you have a friend or a son or somebody that's, mechanically inclined, and maybe you may not be able to work on your vehicle, but at least get their opinion on it, and try to do as much research as, on your own as you can. So you're a little more, educated on your vehicle. So, so just, keep that in mind. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to record another one here shortly. This one's on weightlifting, what I did last night. So thanks for tuning in, subscribe and like. I appreciate it, and it would help me out tremendously. Thank you.